to these West Coast institutions that, while allied at times, want nothing more than to ring that victory bell right in the other guy's face. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. As we'll see the number 23 team in the country, the USC Trojans, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the UCLA Bruins. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Bruins will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So USC's offense will have the football first. Last season, the battle for the victory bell was a classic, and SC pulled out a tight one.
That's right, and Fight On has had a year of bragging rights and telling UCLA, remember who runs the state. This is us, okay? We take care of business. Now UCLA gets to do something about it.
You're right, Dave, and I think UCLA is a team that takes a lot of pride and mental toughness, and they admitted to us that in last year's game, they just weren't able to make the plays they needed to make when it mattered most. They want to turn the script. They want to do a better job dialing in this game to get a win over their cross-city run.
Using the quick game. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got an open man. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Makes a man miss. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. The Trojans with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone.
Man, I really love the way this guy looks when he's toting the rock. You think about all the high school kids out there who dream about one day donning a USC jersey and being the starting running back for the Trojans. There's so much competition, not just in the state of California, but nationally, to come to this school and be the guy, to be RB1. He's on the field for a reason. This guy is unique. He's got speed and vision. What a weapon.
Wants to throw on third down. Got his man quickly. He's run out of bounds, but they've got it now first and goal. And the Trojans will hustle to the line. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's on target and complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So UCLA's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out just touchdowns at will, a really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
The Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Off the play fake. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And ball security is starting to become a little bit of an issue for this quarterback. In his last game, he had a fumble, and he has another one right here. He has got to do a better job of keeping 2 hands on the ball.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Let's talk for just a second here about USC. For some teams, the road into the top 25 can be a little more treacherous than for others. And once you get there, you've got to convince the rest of the country you deserve to stay.
And I think that's what's next for this squad. They've earned the right to get in the top 25. People are noticing what they're doing. Now, let's continue to build on it because they haven't proven they're a top 10 team, and they want to get to that point.
Yeah, let's stay hungry. Let's not be satisfied with the fact that we just broke into the top 25. Let's get in the top 20, top 15, top 10. Let's make the college football playoff. Don't want to get ahead of your skis here too early. It's a nice thing to be inside the top 25 now, but you want to continue to get better.
And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. The lead is 6 in the first.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
To the air on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. Fires the pass. Intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Great place to start for this offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Finds his big tight end. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, USC! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it set up on the outside. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Off play action. Fires to the big fella. Breaks into the open. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Under fire. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Gonna look downfield again. This time on target. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. From the gun, the ground game. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. And the Bruins in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Takes the easy throw in the flat. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? They'll try to get it through the air. The short hands, it's Hartman. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. He'll start this drive going to the air. Takes the easy one to the back. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder. Haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
The play-action fake. It's complete on the right side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Trojans moving quickly to the line. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Looking for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. And the Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. From the shotgun, the inside give. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. They kick it away on 4th down. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Trojans will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. To the air on 1st down. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And that's going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. From the gun. Wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The Bruins decide to punt it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to the playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
And the Trojans want to crank the tempo. They'll try to run for it. Turning it on. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. The Trojans just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll run play action. It's complete to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And he's got it from 57. What a beauty. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Recent years, fellas, Georgia has kind of had the upper hand in its rivalry with Georgia Tech, but this one is always spirited. Georgia was like a 65-man mute button. They went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Dogs team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Sure happened today. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. He's looking to throw on third and short. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be fourth down. And the Bruins will line up to punt it away. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. He'll do it himself. That defensive front just flat whipped him as they knock him down for a big loss. And the Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. Hauls it in at the 25. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. He'll pull it on the read. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. And now on second down for this offense. Wants to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Hartman. Oh, he's got some space. They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down. Give to the back. They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Gonna sling it on second down. On the run, fires downfield. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Hartman. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. The Bruins have their offense in high gear. Now they'll run the draw. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Here comes the field goal unit. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. Smashes it between the uprights. That'll cut the lead to 13.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Well, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Got his man on the outside. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Kick is in the air. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. So now it's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got it in the middle, it's Hartman. Makes a grab and a nice gain, gets it to the 35. Looking downfield on 1st down. With the catch, it's Stoneburner. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude. Tries to get it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Back to throw, time running short in the half. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on 2nd down. It's complete to the right. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. The Trojans come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. He'll throw on 3rd down. Oh, they're after him. Finds a tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the big gain, all for naught, brought back due to the laundry on the field, and they'll try it again. They boot it away. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run it from the gun. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half.
He'll bring it out. It's Aurora. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he's stopped at the 14. Wants to throw on 1st down. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. And the Bruins now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half here, they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one and get home, and they did there on 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Snagged in the middle. It's Hartman. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. The Bruins will punt this one away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately, a 3-yard loss. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. A little screen to the running back. Hard running there. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Flips it out in the flat. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. He'll field the punt. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Looking down the middle. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake like that. And they'll get him down after a solid return. This offense has it with really good field position. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He can't make the catch, and over the middle of the field, sometimes you hear those footsteps. It's 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. He stopped just inches away from the 1st down, but boy, can he buy time and strike fear into the heart of a defense. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really depend on.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now the play fake. Rushes on him. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
And the Bruins line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Leaves it with the back. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The Trojans are in the hurry-up.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry-up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Lost one deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. And the Trojans will send out the punt unit. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. They're backed up 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. To the ground with the back. You just can't go backwards there. He did, and they swarmed him for a safety.
And that's exactly what you call complimentary football. The punter doing a great job downing the opponent inside their own 5-yard line. Then the defense takes the field, and they get the safety. You've got to love that if you're the head coach.
And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20. Oh, he's got a chance. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Makes the quick grab.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players.
It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. To the air on 1st down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Hartman. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Bruins! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Snagged out of the air. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short throw. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle and jog our punt return team out on the field. We're going to make it that easy for us.
Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Catch in the middle, it's Lemon. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Bruins can really attack on this 2nd and short. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. 1st down and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
Really nice looking pass. When I think back to the history of UCLA quarterbacks, I think about guys carving up defenses in the Rose Bowl in the perfect weather conditions with the gorgeous San Gabriel Mountains as a backdrop. And this guy right here, man, he's lighting defenses up this season, throwing it too. And in this game,
there he goes. Shows off another move and gets down to the 33-yard line. And the Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Get it out to the supersonic guy. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down. Wants to throw again. They're working that left side. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Throwing right. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. The Trojans in the hurry-up.
And this QB, man, how about it? It's a pass play. He's dropping back to pass. He realizes it's man-to-man, and as they start to chase their guys down the field, well, nobody's got me, and I can just take off, and I've got speed. He chews up ground so easy, so frustrating for a defense to have to deal with a guy like this.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Off the play fake. He fires to the left side. Fires into traffic, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here in the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. He's looking deep. Catch and stride inside the 15. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
Well, this guy already has a touchdown. He almost had his second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him. B, getting it to him quickly. And then his speed and his God-given ability does the rest. He's got his offense in great field position.
He'll set up to throw. They've got the screen set up. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Can the D deny them on second and goal? The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. If they can pay off this third and goal with a touchdown, it might be getting a little tough to swallow over there on the other sideline. Down in the final period in a tight game, and they will go for it on fourth and goal. Trying to barge their way in. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. They've got him pinned back in a world of trouble, and listen to this crowd coming through. Not much movement there. It's a gain of 1, gets him out to the 5. And the Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end.
Oh, that's going to be a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Looking to throw on first down. Complete. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield. It's Lemon. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Bruins send out the punt unit. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines. Not his best work. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, brother.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
In the gun and looking to throw on third down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Touchdown, UCLA. And they turn it into a defensive score.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And they did have to knock through the extra point to move on top, and they have the lead in the fourth. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Houston is ahead right now, but that's not quite Andre Ware or even David Klingler under center today. This one is a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over Temple. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And that is a major reason why this team is losing the football game. They can't protect the quarterback. They can't generate big plays in the passing game because up front, they're getting beaten time and time again.
The Trojans want to pick up the tempo. On third down, he drops to throw. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a fourth down. And the Trojans will call on their punt team. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Right down the middle. It's caught downfield. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. The give from the gun.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And the defense snows him under after a very short game. And now on third down after that last run. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on third down. And the Bruins will punt it away on fourth down. They'll look to pin him deep. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Got his man on the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll run the screen. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down. The Trojans decide to punt it away. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David. It breaks into the open. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here. And this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got a man. It's Stoneburner. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Bruins line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. He'll keep it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. The give as they work on that clock. They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Right down the boulevard. They push the lead to 4 here in the 4th. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Handoff from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Gotta have it here on 4th down. Finds his big tight end. He's stopped short, and they'll turn it over. What a huge stand by this defense. And it looks as if the offense will just take a knee. This isn't the only victory bell in college football, but it is the one that weighs nearly 300 pounds. And this season, it will find its home in Westwood as UCLA takes down USC. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.